Okay, so we're going to go into mobility. We're going to start off with lower mobility. So we're going to ask Gordon to foam roll his calves first of all. Good, crossing over, moving the whole length of that calf up to the back of the knee, up to the top of the heel. Or the Achilles, sorry. Okay, all the way up. Nice and smooth and slowly, not rushing. We're looking for that nice smooth stroke. Good. From there, we probably do it for about 30 seconds, depending how tight he is. If he finds a sweet spot, he's going to stick around that part, just pushing through. Wind to the face gives it away straight away. Okay, we asked him to obviously do the other leg. We're going to focus on one leg for the moment. He's then going to move up to his hamstring. Again, he's going to cross his leg over. He's going to support himself, and he's going to move up and down. Up to the bottom of the glute, up to just the top of the knee. From there, what I'm going to do is ask him to twist towards me. He's going to go straight into his IT band. He's going to face me. He's going to put one leg on top of the other. He's going to support himself with that bottom arm, and he's going to control it. Yeah, if he's finding it a bit of a struggle, I don't mind him putting his foot on the floor. If he finds he's going to be a bit more of a man, he'll put the other foot on top, and he'll push through it. Again, we want to try and go all the way up to that, almost close to that hip, and just stopping just shy of that knee. From there, he's going to roll over onto his quad, again above the knee, bending that leg to start with. If he finds a sweet spot, he's going to straighten his leg out. And then he's going to curl it back in. Good, nice controlled movement as he's demonstrating. Good. From there, he's going to move in. He's going to straighten that top leg. He's going to move it into his adductors. And he's going to start rolling straight through, keeping that leg nice and straight. He's controlling that movement. He's not rushing through it, even though I know he's quite tight and he wants to rush through. From there, he's going to flip over and sit on that same side. He's going to sit onto the glute. He's going to cross that leg over as if sitting on a chair, bring that other foot in. He's going to lean across, and again, he's going to try and get as much of that glute as he possibly can. Moving through, trying to find all that meaty part. If he can, he's going to take that arm that's resting on his ankle and take it across his body, so he's putting even more weight into that glute. Pushing into the piriformis as well. Again, if he finds that nice tender spot, he's going to hang around there for a bit. Good. Obviously, we didn't do the other leg as well. We're going to ask him then to stand up. Alright, I'm going to ask Gordon to go into a goblet squat using a kettlebell. He's going to push through. It doesn't matter that he's flexing spine because he's not under load. So he's going to really push down, sitting into those heels. He's then going to try and lift his chest up as high as he possibly can, driving those elbows out into his knees, pushing those hips out, stretching those hips. He's going to hold. Again, breathing all the time, making sure he's not holding his breath. And I'm going to ask him to drive standing straight up. I'm going to ask him to go down one more time when he's feeling he's got his breath back. Big belly breath in. Sink down when you're ready. Hip hinge. Driving those elbows against those knees. Getting a nice big stretch. You can see his back starting to flatten out a little bit more already. Head in line with the spine. Don't tip it up. That's it. It's good. Push against those knees. Push against that kettlebell. Try not to bounce too much. And I'm going to ask him to come up. Go and relax. Okay, so for upper mobility, I'm going to ask Gordon to stick that nice lacrosse ball right into his pec. Okay, he's going to lean into his weight against it, nice and close to that wall, really pushing in, moving it. It's not a large area, so we don't need to move it too much. It's just staying around that move, moving it from side to side, up and down. If we move round, we can see that his arm is around there. He's moving his arm up and down to create and move that muscle. Again, finding that sweet spot, just like lower body, we're going to stick around it, focusing on it, not rushing through the movement whatsoever. Again, it will start to feel quite tender after a while, so we're not going to do it for too long. He's going to come away from there. Okay, he's going to lie on the foam roller on his back. Going to ask him to grab himself nice and tight, big squeeze of those shoulders, elbows staying high as demonstrated, and he's going to move just to the mid-back, not going too low. His hips are going to stay high. Again, bracing through, breathing through that brace. Should feel quite nice and unpleasant at the same time. Moving through, we're looking about 30 seconds. Hips not driving up too high, trying to keep a nice even balance. You can see he's controlling it with his heels. Good. From there, I'd ask him to stand up. nice and slowly. Grab a band, which is just down on the floor there. I'm going to ask him to do band pull aparts, an overhand grip. He's going to go right to the very end to start with. He's going to take them good in line with his chest, in line with his shoulders, pulling apart. His head's not moving forward. He's reaching back as far as he can without extending through his lower back. Typically around 20 repetitions. If his arms start to bend and they're getting too tired, we'd move to a thinner band. From there, I'm going to ask him to move into dislocations. Again, starting right at the end for the moment, looking at his mobility. If he starts to extend through that lower back or his head juts forward, I'd ask him to go further out, or we just go to a range of movement that he's comfortable with. Good. We're not trying to force him to do anything that his body is not able to do yet. So as we get through that warm-up, he might find that actually they start to warm up nicely. Head not moving, Gordon. Do one more, nice and still. Good, well done. Okay, so for Gordon's mobility drill, we're going to again be specific for him. He's very tight through the pec and the shoulder, so we're going to use a band flow drill. From here, he's going to take a step back. Okay, he's going to turn away from the band, hand pointed up. Again, he's going to open up that pec. He's going to hold. He's then going to turn and face the band. Okay, turning around. Arm going across the body, band pulling him in, so he's now got a rear delt and lat stretch. From there, he's going to move. He's going to get a stretch through that lat, holding it there, leaning into it. If he starts to lose balance, okay, he'll just start to steady himself or take a thicker band. Feels that stretch. He's then going to take his arm up and over, taking a slightly wider stance, leaning into it. Again, he's going to feel that all the way down his lower lat. Leaning into it, good. You can see it from there. Good.